Welcome to Moonpie Creations Tech Room. All right, let's get it out of the way. I just want to let you know that this was sent to me by ATEZR, and this is a sponsored video, but I will do my best to tell you exactly how I really feel about this, the good and the bad. So this is the ATEZR 20 watt laser. So let's go ahead and open this thing up, put it together, and then tell you a little bit about it. I'm not going to make you watch me put it together. I'll come back and let you know how long it took. Hey, before I go on, I want to show you this real quick. This is kind of cool. Each one of these bags is numbered by step. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, and then step 4. So all the screws are separated. I like that. All right, so it's the next day. I had to go before I could show you after getting it done, but I did save the stopwatch. It was 23 minutes and 44 seconds. So it is comparable to all the other lasers I've put together, although it seemed like it was done a little bit more pieces. It went together very easily. There's just some screws on the side and all that stuff. So why don't you come on in here and I'm going to show you some of the features of this laser system. The ATEZR 20 watt laser is made from high-grade aluminum and can withstand weights of up to 200 to 250 kilograms. I'm not joking, guys. This thing is sturdy. The laser system's 120 watt. The laser head is 20 watts to 24 watts. The 20 watt laser can cut up to 15 millimeter wood and acrylic. It can cut 10 millimeter wood in one pass. The laser spot area reaches 0.08 by 0.06 millimeters and has a DPI of 529. It comes standard with an air assist, which is integrated into the P20 Plus laser. The laser can also do color changing metal engraving up to 340 colors. It has a 3-inch by 2-inch display that is attached to the chassis by magnets. The engraving area is 430 by 430, which is larger than most market level lasers. The laser is compatible with many operating systems and can be controlled by many methods, one being the SD card, 2 being Wi-Fi, and 3 direct USB connection to the computer. Now that we got all that done, the big claim on this that I'd like to test is the fact that it can laser in 340 different colors. Downloaded a speed and power test for this, and we're going to take that and we're going to see what colors come up. Look at all them colors. I'll be damned. That's amazing. Now that I've figured out that it can engrave in color, let's go ahead and see what it can cut overall. Well, let's talk real quick about the 15 millimeter wood I cut with a laser. One was poplar, and it cut extremely well. The other was pine. But this isn't normal pine, this is a 2x4, and that is why you had this issue right here. If this was regular pine, it would have cut fairly well. 2x4s are notoriously hard to cut. But overall, I'm really pleased on how well it cut through with one pass. All right, now what I want to see is how well it'll cut out a form. And I think the best way to do that is to do an intricate design. And what I've got for you is ATEZR has a library, and I'm going to use one of those right now. And I'm going to cut out a rose in a frame. I'll show you at the end of the video once it's colored up. So let me show you the rose. I'm fairly pleased how this came out. This is a layered project. I used that 3mm plywood that I have and painted the different layers, different colors. Now, I probably should have left the outer layer without any paint on it, but man, it just came out cool. And this is a free file from ATEZR on their website too. Now here's something that I'm very skeptical about. Right here I have 0.2mm sheet metal. It's called a shim. And they claim they can cut up to 0.3mm. What I want to know is, can they cut 0.2mm with one pass? Well, the answer to my question is yes, you can cut 0.2mm metal with the ATEZR 20-watt laser. It is not the greatest cut doing it one pass, but it does cut. I think if I slowed the laser down, did a few more rounds, and brought down the power a little bit, I think it would cut perfectly fine. And I'm going to do some tests on that, but it's probably not going to be in this video. Now that we've seen how well it cuts when you hook it up to the USB cable to the computer, I want to show you now how well it cuts and does files from the SD card. Okay, so I had an issue with this one. I set it too high. This is at 400 and it came out extremely well. I did two of them. This one's from the one that didn't quite cut right, and then this one is from the one that cut right. These are pretty cool, and they're free on ATEZR's website. Before I go to work, I want to do a little bit of an experiment, and what I want to do is I want to print it's a skull with wings and stuff like that. I want to print it on the stainless steel and use just 100% power and make it black. And then I want to compare that one to another one, and I want to use a certain setting that's going to cause it to be red, and we're going to see the difference in both of them side by side. Alright, there you have it. This is the black and white one, and it came out really nice. Alright, so I got that done. I had to do a few different ones to test out and get the right colors and stuff, but it's still coming along. Right here you can see it's blue, and see the eyes, they're red. That came out pretty nice. I've always been told that a 20-watt laser isn't good at engraving, but I've seen some amazing things on the ATEZR Facebook page, so I want to see what it looks like when you engrave on a piece of wood. So here it is, a little picture of me and my wife and the grandkids. It didn't come out great. It's a little bit dark. I should have processed this in Imager, and there's a lighter version of it. I need to work on my editing skills for the pictures that I'm trying to engrave. I'm not really good at that. So once I do, I think it'll be a lot better, but it did engrave fairly well though. So the metal business cards that I lasered are right here. It came out fairly good. Now, am I going to use this to do my business cards? No, because it took about 35 minutes to laser etch this metal business card, but it turned out really nice. All right, so I've showed you this test before. This is the painted tile test, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to put that skull with the wings onto this tile, and let's see how well it looks. Alright, so I got the tile done, and here it is. It's not exactly what I wanted. You can see the red behind there. I had either the power setting too high or the speed too low. I need to speed it up, and it'll get those different layers of color in there. Something else you're going to want to be able to do with your laser is engrave on acrylic. Now this thing can do a wide range of colors of acrylic. I'm going to show you the black and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Well, here it is. I did a little quick Moonpie Creations keychain there with this little black acrylic just to test it out, and it engraved really nicely. So the next project I want to do is one for my wife. She has this box with horses on it, and she wanted me to turn it into a tissue container for the upstairs grandkids' bathroom. Well, there it is. So you can see it, it's done. Now it's time for me to talk about the good, the bad, and even the ugly about this laser machine. A display screen is a great addition to any laser. ATEZR really missed out on an opportunity with their display screen. This thing is in full color and it could be something great if it had any options. It's very basic. You get to hit carve and choose a program and that's all. And just like I said with the other lasers, if you're going to have a remote screen, make it Bluetooth and make it rechargeable. Look, I've been trying for 3 days to hook up that laser to the app and it just won't do it. It finds the laser and it hooks up to the Wi-Fi for the laser, but that's it. It will not transfer over to the app. And frankly, I've got other things I got to get done and an app really isn't that great, so let's just move on. Placement of the power and the USB-R. It's on top of the control unit and it's easy to bump and you could end up breaking it. So I think that they should move it down to the side and it'd be a lot better. Keep that SD card up on the top though. The biggest issue I had with this laser was the laser protection screen on the laser itself. You can't see the laser spot through it, so it's hard to set up your laser where you want it to start cutting or engraving. I really think that if they had an offset laser point, whether it's an X or just a spot, would help immensely. I really wish this laser had a flame detect where it would turn the machine off when it detected any sort of a fire. Being that the laser is so new, there are not very many material settings for it, even online. You have to play with the settings to get the right cut or engraving that you like. Now it's time to tell you what I did like about this laser. The first thing I did like about this laser is it's made with a sturdy aluminum that's high grade. It's very comparable to other lasers in a higher price range. They made this thing very easy to put together. It only took 23 minutes and 44 seconds to get it all up and running. It was extremely easy to get started. All I had to do was upload a file into Lightburn and I was off and running. The laser head is extremely powerful and it cut very nicely. It also engraved fairly well. I like that they're starting to send out air assist with these machines. It really helps out to get a good cut. With a 20-watt laser, you can run your projects a lot faster. So how do I feel about this thing overall? I was very wary about testing out a laser from a company I've never heard of before. But I'm glad I chose to go ahead and review this one because it outperformed every test I threw at it. I think this is probably one of the best diode lasers I've ever reviewed. So with all that being said, I highly recommend this machine. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate it if you head on down, hit that thumbs up button, and share the video if you could. And if you think I've deserved it, hit that subscribe button. If not, I'm just happy that you watched my videos. And until next video, stay cool.